Sūrat al-Fatiha is the first chapter of the Quran. Its 7 verses are a prayer for the guidance, lordship and mercy of the reciter's God. This chapter has an essential role in Islamic prayer. The primary literal meaning of the expression al-Fatiha is the opening, which could refer to this surah being the opening of the book, to its being the first surah recited in each cycle of prayer, or to the manner in which it serves as an opening for many functions in everyday Islamic life. Some Muslims interpret it as a reference to an implied ability of the surah to open a person to faith in God. Names: the name al-Fatiha is due to the subject matter of the surah. Fatiha is that which opens a subject or a book or any other thing. In other words, a sort of preface. It is also called al-Kitab and al-Quran. Sabah al-Mathani. Al-Hamd, because a hadith narrates Muhammad as having said, the prayer, al-Fatiha is divided into 2 halves between me and my servants. When the servant says, all praise is due to God, the Lord of existence, God says, my servant has praised me. Al-Shifa, because a hadith narrates Muhammad as having said, the opening of the book is a cure for every poison. Al-Cure, and Al-Asas, the foundation, referring to it serving as a foundation for the entire Quran. Background: according to Abd Allah ibn Abbas and others, al-Fatiha is a Meccan surah, while according to others it is a Medinan surah. The former view is more widely accepted, although some believe that it was revealed in both Mecca and Medina. In the Quran, the first revelations to Muhammad were only the first few verses of Surahs Al-Alaq, Musamil, Al-Muddathir, etc. Most narrators recorded that al-Fatiha was the first complete surah revealed to Muhammad. Theme and subject matter: al-Fatiha is often believed to be a synthesis of the Quran. It in itself is a prayer at the very beginning of the Quran, which acts as a preface of the Quran and implies that the book is for a person who is a seeker of truth, a reader who is asking a deity who is the only one worthy of all praise to guide him to a straight path. It can be said to encapsulate all of the metaphysical and eschatological realities of which human beings must remain conscious. Interpretations: there are differing interpretations for verses 6 and 7. The phrase "the path journeyed by those upon whom you showered blessings" is usually seen as referring to Muslims. The phrase "those who made themselves liable to criminal cognizance arrest" is usually seen as referring to the Jews, and the phrase "those who are the neglectful wanderers" is seen as referring to the Christians. The Quran, an encyclopedia, authored by 43 Muslim and non-Muslim academics, says, the Prophet interpreted those who incurred unregistered trademark wrath as the Jews and the misguided as the Christians. Other commentators suggest that these verses do not refer to any particular religious community. Related hadith. In his hadith collection Musnad Ahmad ibn Hanbal recorded that Abu Za'id bin al-Mu'alla had said, I was praying when the Prophet called me, so I did not answer him until I finished the prayer. I then went to him and he said, what prevented you from coming? I said, O Messenger of Allah, I was praying. He said, didn't Allah say, O you who believe? Answer Allah and Messenger when he calls you to that which gives you life. He then said, I will teach you the greatest surah in the Quran before you leave the masjid. He held my hand and when he was about to leave the masjid, I said, O Messenger of Allah, you said, I will teach you the greatest surah in the Quran. He said, yes. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alamin, it is the 7 repeated and the glorious Quran that I was given. Muhammad al-Bukhari, Abu Dawood, al-Nasa'i and Ibn Majah also recorded this hadith. One hadith narrates a story of a companion of Muhammad who recited al-Fatiha as a remedy for a tribal chief who was poisoned. According to the hadith, Muhammad later asked the companion, how did you know that it is a cure, remedy? Muhammad al-Bukhari recorded in his collection. Narrated Abu Sa'id al-Khudri, while we were on one of our journeys, we dismounted at a place where a slave girl came and said, the chief of this tribe has been stung by a scorpion and our men are not present. Is there anybody among you who can treat him? Then one of our men went along with her, though we did not think that he knew any such treatment. But he treated the chief by reciting something, and the sick man recovered, whereupon he gave him 30 sheep and gave us milk to drink. When he returned, we asked our friend, "Did you know how to treat with the recitation of something?" He said, "No, but I treated him only with the recitation of the mother of the book, Al-Fatiha." We said, "Do not say anything till we reach or ask the Prophet." So when we reached Medina, we mentioned that to the Prophet. The Prophet said, "How did he come to know that it, Al-Fatiha, could be used for treatment? Distribute your reward and assign for me one share thereof as well." Similar versions are found in Al-Bukhari, 007.071.645 a Euro medicine. Al-Bukhari, 007.071.633 a Euro medicine. Al-Bukhari, 007.071.632 a Euro medicine. Muslim ibn al-Hajjaj recorded that Abu Hurairah had told that Muhammad had said, "If anyone observes prayer in which he does not recite al-Quran, it is deficient." He said this 3 times and not complete. A similar story is found in Al-Bukhari, 001.012.723 a Euro characteristics of prayer. Muslim ibn al-Hajjaj recorded, Ibn Abbas reported that while Gabriel was sitting with the apostle he heard a creaking sound above him. He lifted his head and said, "This is a gate opened in heaven today which had never been opened before." Then when an angel descended through it, he said, "This is an angel who came down to the earth who had never come down before." He greeted and said, "Rejoice in 2 lights given to you which have not been given to any prophet before you, Fātiḥah al-Kitab and the concluding verses of Surah al-Baqarah. You will never recite a letter from them for which you will not be given." See also, Commentary on the Holy Quran, Surah al-Fatiha, Jews. Notes and references. External links, Al-Fatiha, 11 a Euro 7, at the Center for Muslim Jewish Engagement.